해야지. 아, 시청자라. 님도 사진.
Saying something that has become very traditional within the last couple of years. And that is make sure all your cell phones are on vibrate. In the last few years that you've had to begin a wedding ceremony with that warning, but I think we're all accustomed to that. So just a reminder, vibrate, please. Having gotten that formality out of the way, I want to welcome everybody. Iris and Colin, family, friends, and loved ones. We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of this beautiful couple. You've come here to share in this formal commitment that they made to one another and to offer your love and support to this union and to allow Colin and Iris to start their marriage life together, surrounded by people dearest and most important to them. That is the most important reason that you're all here. I do want to add, though, that this wedding ceremony is unusual in another aspect. Probably not going to happen again very soon. And that is, it isn't often that you're going to be at the wedding that's officiated by a structural engineer. So, I would ask that you indulge me a little bit, since this is not my normal profession. I'm usually designing beams and columns, not officiating at a wedding. However, we can be, so as you all know, engineers are supposed to be adaptive and flexible, so that's what we're going to be today. So welcome to one and all, particularly those who have traveled any distance, but for those of you who come from far and near, Iris and Colin, thank you for your presence here today, and now we ask for your blessing, your encouragement, your lifelong support for their decision to be wed. I also want to add, before we get into the formal part of the ceremony, that this ceremony, being a wedding, is a very happy affair. It's serious, and it's probably the most serious commitment that you two will make in your life, more so than pursuing a PhD or buying a house. However, it's still a very happy occasion, so it's perfectly all right to introduce a little bit of levity, and it's okay to smile a little bit, and I will try to introduce a little levity once in a while, since this is a happy occasion. The other thing I want to mention is that to celebrate the diversity of this great country that we're in today, I'm going to introduce some very subtle traditions or poems or sayings from other cultures that you might hear at an Italian wedding or an Irish wedding or a Jewish wedding, just to introduce some diversity to celebrate the cultural diversity of the state of Connecticut and the United States. So if you're wondering why, that's why, and I hope you'll appreciate the diversity. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do that. through love and patience, through dedication and perseverance, through talking and listening, helping and supporting, and believing each other, through tenderness and laughter, through learning to forgive, learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make important things matter and to let go of the rest. Sounds like getting a PhD, doesn't it? Okay. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you make to stand together as lifetime partners. I will ask you each a question now, and I just need to be asked. I'll start with Colin. Will you, Colin, take this woman to be your wedded wife?
Yes, I do.
And Iris, will you take this man to be your wedded husband? Okay. Two people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and the new family they are creating today. So I would ask briefly if you would all rise. And I would now like to ask all of you out there one question, and I think you know the response I'm looking for. Will you, all of you, who are present here today, surround Colin and Iris in love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage?
Yes.
Thank you, BCB. I'd like to read if you would. A few statements, a few poems and traditions from other cultures, which I think you will find most appropriate. I hope you enjoy them. The words that I'm going to say here today have no magic or prophetic powers. The power of the wedding vow is merely a reflection of the reality that already exists in the hearts and minds of those two people, Iris and Colin. And nothing I can say, or nothing that you can say to each other, will ensure a long and happy, satisfying, and committed marriage. Only your love for one another, your integrity to make the commitment real can do that. I humbly offer you the words of the author William Peterson, an Englishman who wrote in his book The Art of Marriage, who I believe has captured in words the essence of that commitment. I hope you will keep his words on your heart and refer to them. He said, "The little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue through all the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together, facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the husband to wear a halo or the wife to have the wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. This is the art of marriage. Now, if you would hold hands, and I'd like to read a statement that I found that I thought was particularly appropriate. Unfortunately, the author is unknown, so I can't take credit for this either, but I thought it was appropriate. So if you face each other, hold hands, so that you can see the gift that you are to each other. These are the hands that will work alongside yours and each other's as you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief temporarily come to you. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears of your eyes, tears of sorrow, tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children, the hands that will join your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it, support and encouragement to pursue your dreams, and comfort through difficult times. Lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled in age, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness. So remember that. Thank you, guys. One final statement from George Eliot, which I found particularly appropriate, and since most of you, like virtually all of us, are engineers, you will appreciate this metaphor. This is one of those occasions, a wedding, when 1 + 1 = 1. Don't repeat that in the classroom. But at a wedding, 1 + 1 will equal 1. George Eliot said, "What greater thing is there for two human souls than to feel that they've joined together to strengthen each other in all labor, to minister to each other in all sorrow, to share with each other in all gladness, to be one with each other in the silent and spoken memories." Okay, we now come to the, well, you face me. We've come to the point of your ceremony when you're going to say your vows to one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vows more sacred than those you will now assume. If you are able to keep the vows you take here today, not because of any religious or civil law, but out of a desire to love and to be loved by another person fully, without limitation, then your life will have the joy and the home you establish will be a place in which you both will find the direction of your growth, your freedom, and your responsibility. So I'm going to ask you both a series of questions, and you can answer simultaneously. Okay? Okay. Do you, Iris, Colin, take you, Colin, and Iris, to be your husband and wife, or your constant friend and partner and love?
Yes, I do.
Speak up. Everyone wants to hear that. Will you both work to create a bond of honesty, respect, and trust, one that withstands the tides of time and change, and grows along with each other?
Yes, I do.
Do you vow to honor and respect each other for all that you are and will become, taking pride in who you are, both separately and together?
Yes, I do.
Will your home be a sanctuary and a respite for each other and for those who you cherish?
Yes, I do.
Above all, will each of you love freely and unconditionally?
Yes, I do.
Do you pledge this to each other from the bottom of your heart for all the days of your lives?
Yes, I do.
I will join you and our community of friends and family in an ongoing struggle to create a world we all want to live in, where love and friendship will be recognized and celebrated in all its many forms. May I have the rings? Before you exchange rings, I just want you to remember that you give each other this ring as a daily reminder of your love for each service with a ritual breaking of a glass. The ceremony seems to have a lot of explanations. Nobody, if you ask 10 different rabbis, they'll give you 10 different explanations of where this custom comes from and what it means. For some, the glass is supposed to remind us of the tragedies that have befallen the Jewish people for centuries. For others, it's just a reminder of the fragility of life and human relations. For the romantics among us, and I hope we were all romantics, particularly on a day like this, and it's supposed to be as difficult, or the meaning is, it's supposed to be as difficult to put a broken glass back together as it is to break a newly married couple apart. But most of all, we found that the bride and groom also think the ritual is just plain fun. And that's a reason enough to perpetuate the tradition. Fun is good. Breaking the tension is also good. And besides breaking things and not getting punished for it is good too. So, for now, if there's nothing more than for the sake of tradition, the groom will break the glass and let it signify once and for all that he and the bride are husband and wife, and that it's time to begin the celebration of marriage together. This is a glass, just a plain old glass. The towel is just so the glass doesn't go all over the room. And Colin, if you will just step on that and break it. By the power of your love and commitment and very temporary and unofficial power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss each other. Before the wedding party departs, just want to remind everybody of two things. First of all, the refreshments are over there, but before the refreshments, the photographer would like the opportunity to take pictures with the bride and groom and certain groups of people. Oh, sure. Yes. Okay. Would anybody like to say anything? Offer a good wish or make a statement? Or
Bridesmaid first. And then bridesmaid. Oh, no, the maid of honor should be first.
Alright, cool. I'm not much of a wedding guy, so I thought we'd toast later, but I've also been to weddings, so this is weird. Alright. I got the cards. Colin, Iris, a year and a half ago, Colin came to the research lab on Day, and I got to meet both of you. And meeting you both, there's just, you sense that some people in this world are just meant to be together. You two are two of them. Separately, you are both wonderful people and enjoy being around. When you're together, there's just a glow that surrounds you and all the people in your presence. And it's a true pleasure to be there. Over the past year and a half, I've had the pleasure to extensively work with Colin. And while I cannot say that Iris makes Colin smile, because everyone who's been with Colin for more than 5 minutes knows, the man has a constant smile on his face, no matter what the occasion. I can say, when Iris is in the room, Colin positively glows, and there's just, you two exude a sense that everything is going to be all right in the world. Whether it's difficult qualifying exams, research just makes no sense. Looking at the weather forecast and realizing it might rain on your wedding day, and getting over that issue because it didn't. So I think I can speak for everyone in this room and say, Iris and Colin, it's an honor and a true pleasure to know both of you and to be here today. Congratulations. And I'd like to say, I think I can say for everyone, that we wish you all the best of luck as you spend the rest of your lives together and all the happiness in the world, for you two truly deserve it.
Would anybody else like to add anything?
Things said about Colin. I'm on the right side, so let me speak a little bit about Sharon. If you don't mind, I will use her real name. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Misha, and I'm a labmate of Sharon. I think I'm more than a labmate. I'm her friend, and sometimes it feels like she's my little sister. The first time I met Sharon was at the airport. I picked her up when she first came to the country. And I knew she had a long flight. And I knew she was hungry, and it was about 6 p.m. Here, so I thought, why don't I invite her to a Chinese restaurant? And she said, oh, there is no need, I eat a lot of Chinese food in China. Another time we went to a conference, it was last year. We were both in the same session. Our papers were nominated for the best papers in power markets. So technically, we could compete with others to win the prize. So but also competed with each other. So, but I remember Sharon said, I believe that you should win. That told me immediately how generous, thoughtful, intelligent, supportive, and caring person she really is. It meant a lot to me at that time. A few words of the groom, of course. I remember when we met the first time, it was my 29th birthday. So we met at a restaurant with friends from the lab. You said right in front of me, so I knew you were her boyfriend at that time, that you were dating. And when feelings of two people are involved, no opinions of others should matter. And I didn't say anything at that time. But after 5 minutes, I remember thinking, I approve of him. He's a good person. I have a good feeling that Sharon and Checheha will be happy with their long marriage. And lastly, as a friend of the bride, I must give her advice on marriage. You know what they say, love is not only when two people look at each other, but when two people are on the same side.
Would anybody else like to add anything to the extemporaneous?
Well, hi everyone. My name is Mai. I met Colin through Sage about a year ago, and he volunteered. I don't know if you know what Sage is, but he volunteered to help graduate engineers out of it. Like, that's what we're trying for. And ever since, like what Ned just said, ever since he came in, he has like the biggest smile his face can handle, and he always has it on, no matter what's going on in his life. And that has all like it's always a pleasure to see Colin come in, because no matter what's going on, he just has this big smile, and it gives you positive energy that life's going to be better. And I've seen this guy. He's like what I could like relate to everybody. He's like my little brother for some reason, my little Chinese brother, and I feel like I have to look out for him, and I care so much for him. I know he has a very good heart, and he's always trying to reflect it on everyone. I met Iris later, and I met her actually, I saw them together before, and I thought they looked gorgeous together. I think everybody agrees. But I saw her separately at a different party with her lab mates, and I found that she had the exact same character with them. Like, she was very, very friendly. Everybody enjoyed her company. So when I saw that, I felt okay. Like, I felt happy that they could actually make each other happy, because I think marriage is it's a tough life, and life is tough on its own. But if you believe in each other, you're always going to push through it, and I believe in you. I think everybody does. So love guys. We wish you the best, and I'm so glad I could be here today. Congratulations. Good night, Bob.
Thank you. Anybody else? So it can be extemporaneous. Okay. Just want to remind all the guests that after the wedding party leaves this area, the photographer would like the opportunity to take pictures of the bride and groom with certain groups. Colin and Iris's friends from Carnegie Mellon, from Ohio University, China, the UITS people here at UConn, the people, officers from Sage, I know there are a number of Sage officers here, the people from Iris's lab, the ECE department, and the Civil and Environmental Engineering department. So kind of join the photographer in groups. Some of you might be more than one of those groups. And then there will be refreshments following over there. Okay, well, congratulations. Where's our photographer?
Just a minute.
Where are the Carnegie Mellon people? Do you guys you travel first to get here?
Carnegie Mellon. Of course. Carnegie Mellon comes first. That's all right.